What's up, everybody? Welcome in to A to Z Sports Picks. Brad and I are going to have a great show for you this Friday. Get you all set up for just big betting weekend. We got all kinds of sports going on. Brian, my man, looking good as always. How we doing?
Doing well, other than my sorry-ass college picks last week, but on to the next.
Buddy, hey, college football, man. I say it all the time. It's the hardest sport to bet, like consistently. There's so many variables that come into play, right? But we'll talk about that here in just a second. Everybody, welcome in A to Z Sports Picks. I'm Alan Bell, CBS Sportsline, alongside Brian Edwards of VegasInsider.com. A to Z Sports Picks brought to you every Friday by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Use that promo code A to Z Sports, ATOZ Sports. Get a risk-free bet of up to $1,000 on pro football this weekend. That is the BetMGM code A to Z Sports. That's BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older. Must be present in the state of Tennessee. For gambling problem support, call the Tennessee Red Line at 800-889-9789. Ooh, almost lost my voice there, Brian, but we're good. We battled through, and that's what we do in regards to our picks. So, Brian, I tell you what, we're going to start off right with the game. Well, 1A and 1B in the SEC this week. We got Tennessee at LSU. Tennessee, 3.5 point favorite. Total 64.5. All right. I'm going to give you the option. You got the coin flip here. You want to go first? You want me to go first? You call it.
I'll go first. This is not a strong opinion because Hendon Hooker scares the mess out of me, but I did make this game a pick 'em. So I'm going to have a small play on LSU. Now, we know how good Tennessee usually is in the first quarter. It almost makes me want to wait and let Tennessee score early and then get a better number live, like +6 or if Tennessee were to get ahead like 10 or 14-0, get LSU +7 or more, that'd be great. But I'm only going to have a small play initially pregame. If I can get them live as a +7 underdog or more, then I would maybe play it a little more aggressively. But, no Tillman, again, for Tennessee, Warren Burrell out in the secondary. And LSU is 4-0-1 against the spread with 4 outright wins its last 5 as a home underdog. Now, I'd also like to see Daniels play because, he left the game last week. I mean, I know it's been reported he's practiced all week, and I know he's going to start and all that. But I'd like to see it, because running is so much of his game that, if he's on a bad wheel, that could be trouble. So, but right now it's just a small play on LSU as long as you're getting the 3. Now we don't know what the line's going to do here in the next 24 hours or less than 24 hours, obviously. But LSU +3. Did we lose AB? I think we lost AB.
There we go. I'm back. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, sorry, apologies. StreamYard, it was giving me some error messages right there. Keep going. I was with you right there.
Oh, no, I was summing up. I was done. LSU +3.
Yeah. All right. So I'll tell you this, man. Like, if you're gonna bet anything, I'll just go ahead and say it. Like, I'm taking Tennessee first quarter -0.5 point. Taking Tennessee first half -1.5 points, and I'm taking the under 64.5. Okay. I'll tell you why. Pretty much everything that you said right there. Right. Like. Tennessee coming in, obviously we know them scoring early, got it. And I think that plays out, especially them coming off of a bye week. I think that absolutely helps. Tillman being out for sure, but he's been out. It's not like this is brand new. He had surgery 3 weeks ago almost. Like, they've adjusted. That being said, all right, there is a myth out there that, playing early in Baton Rouge, like that's a huge advantage. Dude, they're 8-0 their last 11 a.m. kickoff games. Like, this team, it's a different team, different coach, all of that. I get that. But going in and just assuming that, like, they're just going to be dead, don't do that. That being said, I think Tennessee does do their normal operation and get up early. You look at LSU's defense. They've only given up, 7 points in the second half games this year, right?
Sure.
Like, their defense is legit, and their defense causes turnovers. I think in the second half of this game, like, I think Tennessee and Florida are like the Tennessee-Florida game and the Tennessee-LSU game. There's going to be a lot of kind of similarities, but I don't think it's going to be as high scoring, right? Like, I don't think that LSU is going to be as aggressive as Billy Napier was, but I think that Brian Kelly is going to try to do what Billy Napier did, which was the absolute correct decision, is one, you try to keep the ball away from them, and two, like you eat clock, go for it on fourth downs where you can, right? Like Billy Napier's plan was pretty perfect. Like they almost won that game in a game that Florida should have lost by double digits, right? You see what I'm saying? So anyways, long story short, like I'm going to play, first quarter Tennessee, first half Tennessee, under 64.5 in the game. And this one could get weird. Like it could get weird, but that being said, I think Tennessee does win. So that's my thoughts on that. Any final thoughts you have on that game?
Go Tigers.
I tell you what, like Brian Kelly is not a very likable human being, but
he's a good coach, though.
Oh, dude, not only a good coach, everywhere he's gone, he's been the winningest coach of that program. Like something works with what he does. It might take a little time, but something works there. All right, we'll move on from that. But I tell you what, Brian, while we are moving on from that, like what you want to do is you want to load up with some Omaha steaks during these games this weekend. I tell you what, man, I've gone through all of mine. It was delicious. Look, from tailgate parties to busy weeknights, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors of fall with their mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra-juicy burgers, and easy-to-prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Right now, take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their semi-annual sale. The sale only happens twice a year, and it's on now with 50% off delicious customer favorites. And when you use promo code A to Z, that's ATOZ, promo code A to Z at checkout, take an additional $30 off of your order. So don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter A to Z at checkout, and stock up on fall flavor today. Omaha Steaks, perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights with entrees ready before the kids can say, "What's for dinner, Brian?" And don't forget to use the promo code A to Z at checkout to score an extra $30 off your order. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It is the best steak of your life. There you go, baby. All right. Now, looking ahead, okay? Titans fans out there, I want to say something. Congratulations. Because Titans prop bets are now officially back. I'm not saying the Titans are back to what they looked like last year, but they're getting better. And you can actually bet on prop bets on this team feeling comfortable that you're going to see touchdowns scored. You're going to see receptions. They might all come in the first half, but they are scoring some points. They're starting to get a little bit better. We're seeing it week after week. They still do have a second half problem. They've only scored one touchdown in the second half of games this season, which is crazy. But, Brian, if there were ever anybody or any team that you would want, like running a scripted opening drive, it's the Tennessee Titans. They've scored a touchdown on the opening drive of every single game this season. Every one of them. It's crazy. So we got the Titans at the Commanders. Throw it back at you, buddy. What you got?
So I'm going to go I like Titans for the game, but we're just doing props right now.
No, anything you like in the game. Like anything.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say Derrick Henry over 86.5. I know he's only gone over 86.5 once, but that was last week when they were playing with the lead and he had his most touches for the year 22. And I think they're gonna be playing with the lead here. But I like more than that, like money or like amount wise. I prefer the Titans, and it's really just fading this bad Commanders team. That's, the rookie wide receiver out of Penn State is doubtful. And their other best receiver is questionable. Now, I didn't see whether they practiced today or not, and whether that had changed. But anywho, I just think the Titans are better than the Commanders, and I think they will take care of business laying this short number.
Yeah, I think so too. Let me also say, I have been on the wrong side of the Titans all year long. All year. Like I was ride or die week 1 against the Giants. Did not like what I saw, right? And I have just been back and forth. I've just been on the wrong side. So I'll say this. I'm gonna go the under 43. That's what I'm rolling with. It's a low number. I think this game could be ugly. Right? Like, I think you could see a lot of action between the 20s. I think you'd see some garbage time numbers from possibly either team, likely Carson Wentz and the Commanders. I see this as a lot of running the football. So I think anything Derrick Henry, probably pretty good. Anything short passing game, probably pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to take the under 43. I'm also going to take Carson Wentz to throw over half an interception. It's priced at minus 150. So if you're gonna ride that, if you like that too, do it now because I mean it's already steaming. It's moving quickly. It'll be 180 by Sunday. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna play that, like, do it now for sure. The spread's minus 1.5.
Wait. The total on his interceptions is only 1/2.
Yep. That's what they do. Almost every quarterback, unless you're just horrible. Like they set them all at a half. So,
I think Wentz is horrible.
Yeah, he is. Oh, he definitely is. Like last night, like Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan were both happy.
Oh, he's horrible. He's out in the horrible club too, Russell Wilson. My goodness.
Yeah, we could go in on that. Like there are some serious problems that they have out there. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go with the under 43. I'm gonna go Carson Wentz over half an interception. There's just nothing that I trust with Washington. And like I said, Tennessee's getting there. But I think that, yeah, you're just going to get a lot of running the football. So, yeah.
Tennessee doesn't have to be any good to win and cover this game.
Yeah, like I kind of agree, right?
I feel like you were saying Tennessee's getting there, and then you kind of paused and really didn't want to say that. But no matter if they're there or not, they can still cover.
It's the second half, dude. Like let me also say, I made the comment on Twitter, and people thought I was kidding. I'm not. Like the Titans' defense is not that good. But, like, it's hard to complain about them when the offense is only playing the first half of the game. Like, it's hard to complain, and you're winning games, right? Like, dude, they're giving you all they got. They're banged up. They're hurt. Like, it's tough. So, you know, what also worries me with the under is this could be a game where the Titans offense, like, really presses it in the second half and scores. And, like, that worries me. But I'll play the under, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'll play the under there and take Wentz interception, kind of hedge it a little bit. All right, moving on beyond the Titans game. All right, everything you've got, college football this weekend. I'll tell you what, I'll go first. Since I've made you go first every single time, I'll go first. What I've got tonight, I'm taking Nevada minus 3.5 at home against Colorado State. The entire state of Colorado has football problems. All across the board, college,
they're
pro.
Over on covers. They're both over.
It's
no
awful.
spread covers yet.
It's just awful. Everything is awful out there, except Air Force.
Weather's good.
Yeah, weather's good and Air Force. Like that's about what you got. Right. But Colorado State is terrible.
And they've got two players jumping in the portal every week.
Literally every week. Like they are like that GIF meme of like a dumpster on fire. Like, that's Colorado State. It is an actual dumpster fire. And I'm going to take Nevada. A pretty good team, man. Also, their quarterback's like 7'80". So, I mean, he can move too. But, no, I'm going to take Nevada. All right, 3 other plays. I'm going to take Alabama, team total over 37.5, because I don't want to touch minus 24, even though I think that they absolutely demolish A&M. I'm going to take Alabama, team total second half over 16.5. And I'm going to take Georgia team total second half over 16.5. Like, I get it that both of these are probably blowout games, but it's college football. Like, the clock is slow. Like, that's 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Like, I will take that even in garbage time, and especially because that's generally when you can get some kind of cheap touchdowns there. So, yeah, so that's what I got. Nevada 3.5, Alabama team total over 37.5. Alabama team total second half 16.5. Same thing with Georgia. What you got, bud?
My favorite is NC State minus 3 versus FSU. Now, if this line moves to 3.5 by that half point, the key number of 3, NC State is 4-1, both straight up and against the spread. The last 5 meetings with the Noles, excuse me, they won by 14 in Tallahassee last year. Leary threw for 314 yards and 4 touchdowns. In the last meeting in Raleigh, NC State won 38-22. And NC State is in a nice bounce back spot here, I think. Back at home where they've won 13 in a row outright. I know that's not covering 13 in a row, but we're laying a small number here in 3. And FSU's 3-7 outright in 10 road games under Mike Norvell. So give me NC State minus 3. I'm going to go with Bama minus 14 in the first half. And it doesn't matter to me if it's Bryce or Milroe. I mean, I'd rather it be Bryce if Bryce is healthy. But I saw enough out of Milroe. I mean, first significant playing time.
He can run.
Woo. Yeah, that 77-yard run was a backbreaker for Arkansas backers like me last week. That was a 3rd and 15 play deep in their own red zone.
Hell. Yeah.
And that crowd was going nuts, and they had cut it to 5. That was the play of the game for sure. And, so I'm fine if it's Milroe. And, with Milroe, I think that maybe O'Brien, doesn't get too cute and runs it more. And I think that's probably better for Alabama, running the ball like we saw those big explosive plays in the fourth quarter against Arkansas last week. So Bama minus 14 in the first half. I'm a chalk eater this week. I'm going to go with James Madison minus 10.5 or 11 at Arkansas State. James Madison 4-0, both straight up and against the spread. They're averaging 44.8 points per game. They're 9th in the country in scoring defense, only giving up 13.8. They won outright at App State, and then they've blown out 3 teams, including Middle Tennessee. They beat 44-7, and Middle Tennessee went to South Florida and spanked the Canes by 14. JMU's quarterback Todd Centeio, 11-1 TDI-INT ratio. He's also got 2 rushing touchdowns, dual threat, team high 252 rushing yards, 5.6 yards per carry. Butch Jones has been covering numbers this year, but he's going to get that tail whipped tomorrow. Again, another chalk eater play, but I made this number 24, and I could see Ole Miss coming out flat. That was a 60-minute battle with Kentucky last week, and, they know this is going to be an easy game. But even if they come out flat, I still think they win by 3 touchdowns. Ole Miss minus 17. They went on the road, spanked Georgia Tech 42-0. Vandy is a little improved this year, but they're still not very good, and they're certainly not on Ole Miss's level, especially the way the Rebels are playing defense now. And you know what? I'm going to go with the Gators, and more than anything, it's the spot for Missouri. Missouri should be 2-0 in the SEC. They should have essentially a 2-game lead over Georgia in the SEC East standings, but instead they woke up Sunday morning with a 2-3 overall record, below 500 because they lost to K-State in non-con, and their stud receiver Dominic Lovett is very, very questionable. He left in the second half against Georgia. He had a lower body injury. He leads the SEC in receptions with 27 and receiving yards with 460. And even if he plays, I don't think he'll be full speed. But, Mizzou's just got to be so deflated after those 2 heartbreakers. And Anthony Richardson has his confidence back. Now, I don't trust Florida's defense. So if Florida gets like a 17 to 21-point lead, and you can maybe do a little bit of a hedge, not all of your risk initially, but maybe like come back with like 25% at Mizzou, with Mizzou like plus, 17 or so live. You might want to do that because the back door might be open because Florida's defense sucks. And that's going to do it for me in college.
Nice, man. Hey, you know what? I like that Ole Miss play. Ole Miss's defense is legit.
Really good.
Vanderbilt might have a serious problem scoring points. So, and not that Ole Miss's offense is bad. Like, it's not what you in your head you initially would think that it is, but they still can score. You know what I mean?
They're just running it more than throwing it. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. I like that play a lot. I think it's a sharp play. All right, last segment here, NFL. I'll tell you what. I got 2 plays. They're huge chalk plays, but I love them. The Bills, all right, minus 14 at home against the Steelers. I think that they absolutely dominate. Just dominate the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Packers, like in London. And note that game is 8:30 a.m. Central Sunday morning. Giants against the Packers in London. Packers are minus 8. Look, not only does Green Bay, I think it's a great spot to bet Green Bay. Not only do they have to get their offense figured out, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be determined to do that. Look at the Giants. First off, they don't even have a quarterback. All right. They are one-dimensional, all right, with Saquon, who's playing well this year. But, if you're one-dimensional in the NFL, you might as well, you're zero-dimensional. Green Bay is going to get after it. And besides the left tackle position for the Giants, their offensive line is horrific. Giants quarterbacks are getting pressured more than any other quarterback on dropbacks in the NFL this year. It's at 49% of dropbacks. And not that Green Bay has a great run defense, but they can get after you, right? They can bring it to you and bring it to you with 4, and that's what they're going to try to do. Rashawn Gary definitely will get after whoever's playing quarterback for the Giants. So, like, long story short, the Packers, they're going to roll. The last 7 games in London, when you had a touchdown favorite or more, 6-1 against the spread. They generally do. They generally perform pretty well over there. So give me the Packers -8. Give me the Bills -14. And I know those are huge numbers, but I feel very good on both of them. What do you got?
All right, let's go with over 45.5 or 46 for Detroit and New England. The over's hitting back-to-back games for the Patriots with combined scores of 51 and 63, and that was even with Bailey Zappi, the rookie QB, playing most of the game at Lambeau last week. I thought he acquitted himself pretty well. But the over's 4-0 for Detroit, combined scores of 93, 52, 63, and 73. That's an average combined score of 70.3 points per game. They lead the NFL in total offense and scoring, but they're dead last in total defense and scoring. And I don't even want to know about Swift and Amon-Ra St. Brown and whether they are going to play or not. They're both iffy because that deterred me from taking it last week. And I didn't even look at the weather in Foxborough either because I don't want snow or wind to deter me from playing this. It's a too low of a total for the Detroit game, even with a rookie QB. So let's go over. Let's also go New England -3. I normally fade quarterbacks, rookie QBs making their first career start, and I certainly don't back them. But I think on principalities, Bill Belichick is a 3-point home favorite against Dan Campbell. Is just I can't live with myself if I don't do it. So give me New England -3, and they played well last week. I mean, they could have easily won that game. Probably should have won that game at Lambeau with a rookie QB with his first career snaps. So let's also go 2 plays on the Eagles in the first half, -3 on the side in the first half, and over 13.5 team total in the first half. So Philadelphia at halftime this year, they've led by scores of 24-14, 24-7, 24-0. And even though they were down 14-zip mid-first quarter and thrown a pick 6 to the Jags, they still led 20-14 at halftime. Obviously, all of those are north of 13.5 the team total and -3 in the first half. And last one, KC -7 on Monday Night Football. If it's 7.5, you can buy it at 7. Do that. They smashed the Raiders, both regular season meetings last year, and the Raiders are 0-2, both straight up and against the spread in 2 road games this year.
There we go. I love it. You just ripped that one off. I love those plays. Chiefs solid. Eagles, yeah, solid as well. Man, I'm fascinated to watch that game because
I don't have any underdogs yet this week, though. That's scary, but hopefully the chalk will prevail.
I'm with you. It feels like a chalk weekend for sure. It does. All right. Any final thoughts, Brian, before we get out of here? No,
I got nothing. All
right, you know what? Me neither, man. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Make sure Omaha Steaks, use promo code A2Z, get an extra $30 off your order. So, Brian, I'm Alan. Everybody, have a great weekend. Let's cash these tickets. Best of luck. We'll see you.
Good luck with your bets, everybody.